How's that look then? One of these shelves is still bowing. It's just the weight of the stuff on it, to be honest. But there you go, that's by the by. It's been a while because I still don't have a plan. But I do have a squeaky chair. I should have a plan. I should also have a haircut. That's very important. That's something to do in January. So Christmas has just gone. That was fun, as you can imagine. It's Boxing Day when I'm filming this. Knowing my luck, specifically Boxing Day 2023, because knowing my luck, as with previous videos, I'll record this. Won't do anything with it at all. And I don't really have a plan still for what I'm doing with this this YouTube stuff. To be honest, I get to the point where I look at the video and I think, oh, bit of editing needed there. I'll go out for a cup of coffee, then I don't bother doing anything when I come back. So I was going to talk about a book that I remember reading as a kid, but I can't find it. I know I have a copy somewhere, no idea where it is, and one day I'll show you why I have no idea where it is, but that day won't be today. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about something that I really like, and it is something so terribly geeky that I don't know where to begin. No, I do really. It's weird print sizes. Is it a form factor? It would be if I was talking computers or technology. And in this case, it is the these that I picked up recently on eBay. I got a whole bunch of them as a job lot. And I've picked up a couple of these in the past as well, you know, like as individual copies, because I've seen them in second-hand shops, or charity shops in this case, really cheap. And it is the Panini Marvel Pocketbooks series. Now, they are the little book. They're a smaller version of a trade paperback. So if I just grab any trade paperback from here, grab any, and then I put the first one that I grabbed back. So this is your regular trade paperback size, and this is what the pocketbook looks like. It's about 13 by 20 centimetres, I would guess. Just a guess there. So, and it's, I believe the format is called digest format, and that's the whole point of them. It's meant to be a digest. It's meant to be a smaller version of, well, as you saw there, a trade paperback pocketbook, because, I mean, it's not going to fit in a pocket, but it would fit in a small bag, a small messenger bag as an example. And there were 60 odd of these printed by Panini, and according to an incredibly useful list of them, which is how I know how many there were, from a guy called, well, from a site called essentialexploitsspiderman.blogspot.com. He lists, the whole list starting with the Astonishing Ant-Man and working through from there. And he says there's another series of mainly ongoing reprints that doesn't get much attention. I don't think they're still being printed. I haven't seen any new ones in a long time. Even their own publisher doesn't seem to have a section of their website devoted to them. For some years now, Panini, who hold the Marvel license in the United Kingdom, have produced a series of Marvel pocketbooks, reprinting Marvel issues from all eras in a colour digest format. It's digest. The books themselves have had a few publishing problems in the past, very stiff card covers and strong glue that have made them difficult to read at times, but they've changed the stock use and are now sufficiently flexible. The early years saw them use what appears to be digitally enhanced colouring, but more recently they've used the original colours. Some of the books pick issues from highly regarded storylines across eras. Others present runs sequentially, though they've had the familiar copyright problems and also haven't always included the annuals. Much of the material has also been reprinted in the essentials, so I won't be reviewing all of them all, but there are some gems here not available in that format. So yeah, didn't really need to read the last sentence there. Finding a clear list of the contents of each book is tricky, so I've opted to, the author of that particular blog spot has expanded the details. And it doesn't surprise me that that it's difficult to find details on them, because Marvel Pocketbook was the name of a Marvel UK imprint, I believe, or a line back in the 60s, 70s, something like that, which was slightly bigger. They pop up again on eBay quite frequently and do the same thing where they collect stories and reprint them for the UK market. Now, he mentioned Marvel Essentials there, and Marvel Essentials is something that we get in the UK every so often. And we're back. It took me a minute to find them. So this is Marvel Essentials, and again, picked this up in a charity shop. It cost me like £2, which is great for me because I wouldn't have bought it otherwise. And it's quite a hefty tome. This is Marvel 2-in-1 presents The Thing. And it is The Thing can't stay out of trouble, but at least he makes friends wherever he goes. The ever-loving idol of millions teams up with heroes both frontline and forgotten against menaces spanning time and space. Gods, aliens, spies, demons, dinosaurs, time travellers, martial artists, the living eraser, and the mountain that walked like a man. A veritable who's who of history's horror heroes. I quite like that. That's a bit of alliteration there. Including team-ups with both the Invaders and the Liberty Legion. Now, I saw a set of Spider-Man ones recently in a branch of Oxfam, and they were selling them for between, I think it was between £15 and £30, and I'm thinking, no. So this for £2. It's about what I'd want to pay for it. The stories themselves are black and white. And it's not that they were originally black and white as far as I'm aware. It's just that the Essentials line is black and white. Whereas these, the digest, are, as was said on that blog spot, full colour. And I quite like that. I prefer that from a comic book because I don't want to read something in black and white in particular. Unless it was originally in black and white, of course. Or it's stylised. Like, I think Sin City, I think, is an example of something that's in black and white. I've got a copy of the first Sin City story somewhere. I don't know where. Should really have a look. So, yeah, these are, like I say, full colour. And I have 11 of them. I think I have 11 of them anyway. Actually, I have 12. One of them I have twice because it came as part of a job lot. But that's by the by. So we have, here we have, what I like about this series is, obviously you've got your heavy hitters, you've got your Fantastic Four, you've got your X-Men, you've got your Avengers. Don't have any Avengers ones. You've got your Spider-Man and that type of thing. But you also have, I would say, lesser known characters like Deathlock the Demolisher. Picked this up for a couple of quid as well. Really happy with that. It's actually in decent nick as well, which I quite like. Colonel Luther Manning had it all. A beautiful wife with a family in a purpose. But that life was torn from him when he was critically injured in combat. Salvaged and rebuilt by shadowy operative Simon Riker. Manning now stalks the earth as the deadly cyborg Deathlock the Destroyer. Okay, yeah, that's quite cool. When was this originally published? It's Deathlock the oh, not even Deathlock the Destroyer, Deathlock the Demolisher. I can't even read today. That's how bad it is. So when was this? I'm sure he had a comic called Deathlock the Destroyer. Probably thinking another character entirely there. So this was published in magazine form as Astonishing Tales 25 through 28 and 30 through 35. Doesn't say when, or if it does, I can't see it, which wouldn't surprise me at all there. Yes, so I've Deathlock Destroyer, Fantastic Four, Flames of the Battle, which is a Silver Surfer story. Yeah. Quite like this one, even though I have the story in multiple formats. It's the birth of Venom, when Eddie Brock got his hands on it by Peter David, Richard Buckler, Rich Buckler, who also did Deathlock there, David Michelini, and Todd McFarlane. The Green Goblin rides again. This is a Jerry Conway story, so I'm assuming it's 70s, maybe 80s. Iconic art and writing. Jerry Conway, Roy Thomas, and a few other people there. Uncanny X-Men, a Chris Claremont story, Love and Madness. They did release God Loves Man Kills and Phoenix, the Phoenix story, and the First Phoenix story. Forgotten what that's called, and I could just look at the screen, but I'm not going to. And Days of Future Past in this format as well, which is quite cool. Do have those stories in other formats. Spider-Man, Madness of Mysterio, yeah. Night of the Prowler, another Spider-Man there. This is a pocketbook. Now, across the top there, this is Iron Man, Armoured Avenger, and this one's got some type of. It looks like the seal, the laminate that makes these all shiny is coming away. Could probably repair that with a bit of Archivers glue if I had any. Which reminds me, I've got a comic book. I've got a trade paperback somewhere where all the pages fell out. It arrived like that, and it was again part of a job lot, so it wasn't really an issue, but I do need some like library glue to reseal those pages. Something I've been meaning to do for years, I've never got around to it. Unlike the other ones, so this is Unmasked. This one has like a different like branding across the top, as if they were trying to do a different series within the imprint. Marvel Adventures, no less. Unmasked, another Iron Man there. Doomsday, Stanley and Jack Kirby. Yeah, just get Stanley and Jack Kirby story there. Yeah, very iconic looking Kirby art. Well, very iconic Kirby art. So as you can see, it goes across decades. Well, we've done that one. What else have we got here? Yeah, I think that's pretty much all. Oh, Where Stalks the Sandman, another Stanley and Jack Kirby story for the Fantastic Four. So yeah, it spans the decades, definitely. With I think the newest of these is either going to be Deathlock the Demolisher or the Venom one. The Venom one, incidentally, was released around the time of Spider-Man 3, which had Venom in it. So yeah. And like I say, what I like about it is I like the form factor of the print size, the binding size. Is it? I don't know. I should really find out what it's called. And the nearest I've found to it more recently was this. This is Marvel's Miles Morales Ultimate End, and I bet it's a Panini thing again. It was only $10.99, which makes it a lot less than I would have expected to pay for this. Had it been a bigger one, weirdly enough. Because, again, going back to the size difference, there you go, look. So it's a smaller imprint. There were a number of these released as well. I don't know the background to it because I just haven't looked. And also, it's not got a particular imprint name like Pocketbook where I can Google it. But yeah, I like the weird form. Well, not weird. I like the unconventional form factors. There you go. It's not much taller. In fact, if I do it like that, as you can see, it's not much taller, not much wider. Put this on the back of there. I don't know what that one is. That's Titans Outsiders, right? So there you go. I mean, that's the three of them together, as you can see. Yeah. So I like that type of thing. Not that I'm taking them out in a like a bag or anything like that. It's just nice to have different things, and I probably will end up. If I see any more of those, I probably will end up picking them all. I would love to have a complete set for no other reason than having a complete set. And typically they don't appear to go for that much on eBay, which is how I've ended up with the majority of them. So it'd be nice to see if I can pick up more of them. No matter, I'll look later on, and they'll have all shot up in price. I recently missed out on a copy of Prelude to Nightfall because I'd completely I just assumed it was a common trade paperback and I'd still be able to get copies of it, just like you can Nightfall, Night Quest, Night's End. But no, Prelude to Nightfall, oh no, it's out of print. So I'm keeping an eye out for that one. While I do like unconventional print sizes. Something I don't like is oversized ones. So up here, is it up here? Things like this. So this is DC Black Label. This is Joker, Killer Smile by Jeff Lemire. It's bigger than your average. Oh, we're back to that again. It's bigger than your average trade paperback. It's actually bigger than your. I think it's bigger than some of the hardback ones that I've got recently. Let's just grab this. So we'll use to compare it Nightwing, The Leap, which continues Tom Taylor's brilliant run on Nightwing. So again, it's bigger than, you know, like a current regular hardback collection. It's not a big a deal. It's nice to see the artwork on a bigger page, but the problem that I have with it is getting up on a shelf, because of the way that these shelves are, there's very little room above them. Just because I like to get as many shelves in there as possible. Titan Books released this. This is Batman Digital Justice, which is I think it was it the first? I think it was either the first Batman CG trade paperback, but it wasn't the first computer generated comic book, but it was definitely an early one. And I remember reading this and I had no idea what was going on. And quite frankly, I mean, okay, yes, so it was early in CG days, and some of the art looks great. You know, some of it looks great. Other bits, not so much. And yeah, obviously CG is much more prevalent now. You know, and easier to do now. But I think for this, there was a bit of let's make it as wacky and wild as possible. Let's make it all look weird. So you have, you know, I mean, you have things like this. Futuristic city. So it and I don't know how or why this this style was chosen. Digital Justice will be compared to such dystopian visions as 1984, Brave New World, Blade Runner, the novels of Philip K. Dick, the works of the so-called cyberpunk writers in recent science fiction, and of course the classic Batman comic books that inspired it. Although it has elements in common with all of these, it is something more. A graphic novel of suspense and high adventure that comments on the redeeming power of myth. It both criticises and embodies the technology that is changing how we think, how we live, and quite possibly who we are. I'm sure it was a bold vision, but I don't remember anything about the story. And compared to some, even within Batman's own canon, I don't remember people talking about it. Really struggling to get one of those back on the shelves. So yeah, that's pretty much it really. That was my video about Marvel Pocketbook Digests before I started waffling about other things. Yeah, that's all I've got to say really. So I'll probably upload this. Might be less editing on this one as well, unless I do something fancy with it. I should do an intro. I should name the series. But yeah, that's it. If you're watching this around Boxing Day, have a good New Year's. If you're watching this after Boxing Day and after New Year's, I hope your Christmas and New Year went well. And I'll do one of these again when I can be bothered. Okay, bye.